Colonia is one of those places I always want to return to. There's something almost zen about it. Maybe it's the cobblestones or the light, or just how the people move here. Let me show you why I think you'll fall for it too. And stay till the end for tips on where to stay and how to save. This is Colonia del Sacramento, Uruguay, and this is Trailblazing Adventures. The first thing you feel is the stone. Uneven cobblestones that slow your step whether you like it or not. That's Colonia's first rule, slow down. The streets here are quiet. Not big signs, no rush. Just old buildings in soft colors, flowering trees, and a kind of calm that sneaks up on you. No wonder it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You'll see tourists, sure, but what you won't see are hustlers or people shouting at you to come into their shops. There's no pressure here. Colonia somehow kept its balance. It welcomes visitors, but it never gave up its authenticity. The city is shaped like a small peninsula, and the river is always somewhere nearby. The Rio de la Plata, sometimes brown, sometimes red. People here call it Rio Color de León, Lion Color River. And the cars. Uruguay has a soft spot for old vehicles. They call them cachilas. In Colonia, you'll see them line up in front of cafes and restaurants. Not rusting in a garage. Polished up, part of the experience. A bit staged, sure, but it works. And let's face it, we all love that Instagram moment. Colonia isn't a shopping destination, but if you are into art or you want a souvenir that doesn't feel like a souvenir, it's worth exploring. There are small galleries, crafts made with local stones like agate or amethyst, and some beautiful work with lapis lazuli. The kind of things you don't find in an airport gift shop. Colonia's historic center is compact, but packed with landmarks that deserve a closer look. Here are just a few that stand out.
Dime a dónde vas y en qué pensás. Tu alma está perdida, ya dejaste de soñar. Cansada de andar, de no poder parar. Tus ojos se ven tristes, ya no sirve ni llorar. El sol volverá y te
The Faro, the lighthouse, is only 27 meters high, but it's one thing you see from almost anywhere in the old town. The 118 steps, narrow spiral stairs, and no elevator. I'm not great with heights, but I climb it anyway. And you should too. From up there, the whole town opens up. Rooftops, the river, everything. Totally worth it. At dusk, the whole city catches the golden hour glow. Stone, trees, and the breathtaking sunset over the river plain. And when the light fades, find a good spot for dinner outside. Colonia is even better al fresco. Night in Colonia is the perfect time to sit outside with a glass of Tannat wine and a plate of local cheeses, or to find a spot with live music and let the night stretch. Good wine, good company, no rush. A night of Tannat wine usually leads to questions and the need to take a bottle home. Tannat is Uruguay's signature grape. As the helpful owner of a wine store explained, its thick skins and natural resistance to humidity make it perfect for the country's climate. Unlike regions that rely on cool nights to build acidity, Uruguay's flat landscape and steady temperatures let Tannat ripen fully. The result? Bold, balanced wines that feel like they belong here. Uruguay took a French grape and made it their own, turned it into a symbol. As for food, Colonia has no shortage of options. I'm still on my never-ending quest for the perfect empanada, this time on the other side of the rear plate. This one was cortada a cuchillo and cut meat, not ground, and it is a strong contender. As always, you'll find Google Map links in the description. If you want to get around the outskirts of Colonia, and you should, there are plenty of options. Bikes, electric carts, and even scooters. Yes, you can rent a Vespa and breeze through town like Monica Vitti, if she ever made it to Uruguay. My choice? Running shorts and a jog along the Costanera, seaside promenade. The beaches here, on this side of the Rio de la Plata, are some of the most underrated in the world. Unlike most freshwater beaches, these aren't muddy. They've got fine, white sand, big skies, and spectacular sunsets. And near the beach, in the park, the smell of steaks and sausages on the grill. It's a reminder that, like everything in Colonia, this is a place to slow down and enjoy. Just beyond the Costanera, you'll find the Plaza de Toros Real de San Carlos. Built in 1910, it hosted only 8 bullfights before the practice was banned in Uruguay in 1912. The architecture is striking, a blend of Moorish and neoclassical styles, and it is the only bull ring still standing in Uruguay. And then you can wander beyond the historic center. Quiet streets, small plazas, and architecture that doesn't show up in travel guides. Most international visitors treat Colonia as a side day trip from Buenos Aires. And if it is all the time you have, sure, do it. But you will miss the essence of the place. Now, as promised, some advice and tips to plan your trip to Colonia.
As to when to visit Colonia, my choice will be either fall or spring. Also take into consideration that Mondays and Tuesdays most of the sites are closed, and weekends tends to be lively as people come from Buenos Aires. Tip number 2. When you're in Uruguay, you can save money paying with your credit card. As a foreigner, you get refunded a 20% value-added tax. And we're talking about 20% worth of savings. When it comes to where to stay in Colonia, you have 3 options. The outskirts of the city, Avenida Costanera, overlooking the River Plate, and the Old Town.
On the edge of town, the Sheraton offers a full resort experience. Big pools, activities ideal for families. You'll need a car to get into town. Along the Costanera, there are several good hotels with wide open views of the Rio de la Plata. The sunsets here are unbeatable. The Windham even has a pool facing the river, a great place to unwind. But my favorite way to stay is right in the historic quarter, in some of the old posadas, boutique hotels in restored colonial homes that let you really feel the place. I stay at Posada Antonio, just a block outside the city center. Everything was walkable. I've got a separate video with all the details.
And as we watch the sun go down over the River Plate, I hope you enjoy this video as much as I enjoy filming it. And as always, happy travels.